Hey everyone, I'm Daniel Rondberg. Thanks for checking out this video. Today, I'm reacting to Grant Cardone's Get Your Money Right. Now, some people think Grant is a brilliant billionaire. Some people think he's a con artist. I don't know. I don't know with Grant Cardone. There's things that I see that I absolutely love that he puts out, and there's things that absolutely make me cringe. I don't know who the real Grant Cardone is. I feel like I used to know, like about 7-8 years ago, I would follow his real estate advice. I really thought he just had some cool stuff. I thought he was very genuine. As time has gone on, there's been some things that have come out that I'm not super crazy about. In fact, I really don't like. So I don't know with Grant. Like, I don't know who he really is. It's hard to tell if he's genuine or if he's just a killer salesperson, but almost too far, where he's like, you know, just out for his own growth and company. I don't know. It's tough with Grant Cardone. I'm gonna watch this video though, check it out, see what he says, and I'm gonna see how this one lands with me. Let's dive in.
You ready to get your money right? I'm talking about get it right. You know, like you got money coming in from this business and a second business over here and a third business, and all of a sudden you got enough money now to make some investments. So you got, hey, where are those checks at? You got the money right here in the back. You grab them? Yeah. It's like 900 grand popping in every month. Mailbox money, 915,000 to be precise.
Okay. Not off to a great start, right? You know, he's talking about you having 3 or 4 businesses. Now it's time to make some investments. He's got 915 grand in checks sitting in his office. That's obviously like, he's very good at marketing, keeping people's attention. Like, that's a great hook. Makes me cringe a little bit, but again, effective, right? We're talking about it.
Before I show up for work, before I sell a book, before I do a video program, before I sell a seminar, before I go to do a speaking gig, before I go do my main job, bing, 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 bing. When are you going to get your money right? I know you're saying to yourself, Grant, why are you always talking to me about money? Because I'm tired of you going to that shelf, pulling it out, looking at the price, and you're like, I can't do that.
I just love the way he talks. So sometimes he talks and I'm like, I relate to him because I think the way he communicates in video form is very authentic, and I just like his plain kind of vernacular. Like, he's very genuine in that regard. I think he does talk the way I think he actually speaks off the camera, which is cool. You know, there's some people that talk one way off camera and one way on camera. Gary Vee's authentic, but I've definitely heard clips like where he's off camera talking like slightly differently than on camera, and he's really good because he's always on camera. I'm not calling out Gary Vee, by the way. Like, I love Gary Vee. That was just an example that came to mind. I remember a video. Actually, he was with Grant Cardone. He was like behind the scenes kind of talking a little differently than he did on the video. I think Grant talks the same both ways, so I got to give him credit for that. I do like that he's on a mission to try to help people who are living in scarcity. That's one thing I do actually really appreciate about Grant, is like he is on a mission to kind of crush scarcity. I think sometimes he'll overdo it a little bit to get people in the growth mindset, but I think he's doing it to prove a point. Let's see where this is going.
Or you're booking your airline ticket and you're going to one of those, book it for the cheapest. Or you're going to a hotel and you're like, oh, I can't stay at the Hilton, so I'm going to stay at the Holiday Inn because they do free food. Come on, when are you going to get this up? It's crazy that you're constantly worried about money every day. I know y'all say money's not important. Well, why are you worried about it?
He's touching on some killer pain points. People do live in a lot of fear. I agree with him in this regard. Like, I think it's sad when people are constantly scrimping and maybe unnecessarily stressing about money, and I'm on a mission to help try to alleviate financial anxiety and help people live from abundance, especially in retirement. That's my core competency and focus in this season of life. I do like that he's walking backwards through his office. Again, he's really masterful at keeping your attention in these videos. He's kind of displaying and showing his wealth, his success, his business as he's walking through this massive office, heading down to his accounting office. I don't know if he's selling something in this video or if he's just giving some advice.
If it's not important, why are you worried about it all the time? Okay? Look, I don't want to just make money. I want to make a difference. I want to make a difference, but I need money to make a difference. You know that's true.
Okay, he walked past like a mission statement or something he had on the wall. I like that he has that on the wall. It reminds everybody what he's up to and why he's doing what he's doing. And I think he's right. If you are a good steward of your wealth and your money, you can bless people on higher levels with that. You can do more the more you can grow and give. I do like that. I mean, that's biblical.
These come in every month, right?
Yes, they do.
Little baby one, $2,600, okay? Little baby one. I'm not bragging, I'm trying to inspire you right now, okay? $1,544. Little baby check. Here's a little baby one, $65,000. $805. $30,000. You see this one for $30,000, just so y'all know I'm keeping it real with you.
He's flipping through checks. A 1,500 one's a baby one, a 65,000's a baby one. He's showing numbers. It does get people's attention. It is inspiring to see what he's up to. It's pretty cool to watch, but again, I don't know. It's not really for me.
1875, 85K. 1,400, 2,100, 73, 738, 6.
He's flipping through checks at this point. Again, this isn't like what gets me motivated or inspired by any means. I'm very like progress motivated, mission motivated. I know some people get inspired and motivated by money, and that's cool. I mean, he's reaching that audience right now. I do wish they had sped up the scenes where he's walking through the hallway and just flipping through checks. It's kind of losing me a little. It's getting a little boring. I'm just being honest, but I do want to see the end.
95,000, 35,000, 45,000, 75,000. Look at that. I like these little baby checks. It was 984, 10 grand. I was broke when I was 25. Dead broke. I'm not talking about financially broke. No, I didn't have any money in my pocket. I didn't have any credit cards. Nobody would give me credit. Didn't have a driver's license.
not really sure where this video is going. He's touching on that he's like self-made. I'd like to know what those checks are for. Are those rent checks? Are those checks from courses he sold? Are those checks from royalties for books or speaking engagements or an event? What were all those checks? That's kind of making me a little curious. He didn't mention that. He is like holding up wads of cash and credit cards at this point. I guess I should let him finish.
I had a 1970 Ford Maverick, no air, no heat, no door handles. The freaking floor was rusted. I lived in a 275 square foot apartment, maybe 300 square feet if you count the little step out in the front of the front door.
A cool octopus painting. I should look up and see who did that. That's pretty cool behind his desk. That's actually the most interesting thing I've seen in this video so far.
Paid $275 a month and I was late almost every month. So don't tell me about your money problems, man. Okay, don't tell me about where you were born. Don't tell me about your bad breaks. Don't tell me about what your daddy did or your uncle felt you up or something, did some kind of weird thing to you, and I'll ruin your head, or your sister abused you or whatever, okay?
I was just about to pause and say I like where he's going, holding people accountable. Then he went to the sexual abuse. I thought that was a little insensitive. Again, I'm not going to go there. I don't know why he threw that in there. I wish I had paused it before he had gone there and commented on how he's holding people accountable. Just to be clear, I like the part where he's saying like, hey, don't be a victim to your circumstances. However, when he just mentioned like the sexual abuse stuff, that's a whole other issue. People deal with that for their whole lives. That's something that I'm not going to talk about or touch on because it's very sensitive to people that have been through that. I know people who have been abused and it's hard for them. They carry that with them for a long time. It takes a lot of things to get out of that position. I will just say gently and honestly, like I think that he's got a point in the sense that like you do have to keep looking forward and you have a life to live after something like that happens. Again, being someone who's never been sexually abused, I can't speak to that. So I want to be sensitive to it. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about what he was talking about with the other circumstances. If you're in a bad circumstance like he was, where he was broke, you can't stay broke. You want to rise above that and get out of it and have a better life than the life you're currently in. That's what I'm talking about, just to be 100% clear. So let's move past that and keep going because I want to see what he's talking about in relation to money.
Look, we all got problems. You got to fix your problems now. You got to get your money right. So 25 years old, I'm getting my money right. I'm done. No more excuses. No more crybaby. No more blame. I'm getting my freaking money right. I spent the last 30 years doing that, and now I want to help you do the same thing. All right? Get your money right.
Here comes the pitch. I can tell it's coming. I do like what he said there. I just want to touch on that for a second about not placing blame. Again, I'm not referencing the sexual abuse thing he just talked about. I'm talking about not placing blame on other people for where you're at. I think when I took accountability and started looking at the things that I was doing wrong and that I could control and that I needed to take, measure of and improve, that's when things started changing in my life. I do like that he touched on that. Let's hear his pitch.
If you're just making it, you're just barely making it, it's selfish. It's time to get your money right so you can help other people. You can't help anybody. You can't help anyone if you don't get your money right, all right? Get it right so you can help your mom, your dad, your uncle, your aunt, your neighbor, your church. You can help people in other countries you don't even know. Get your money right.
Wow, I was wrong. I'll admit it. I was wrong. There was no pitch. I think it was a video to try to motivate people to take accountability and rise up and kind of shift their paradigms about how you can't really help others. You can't fill other people's cup if your cup's empty, right? Now, I think you can still serve people and help people if maybe your money's not right, but he's got a point. I mean, you can make a big impact with that. So again, I kind of landed where I started with Grant. Like there's things I like, there's things I don't like. I don't know who this guy is. I think he has some good stuff you could find, and he's definitely had some content out there that I've liked over the years and enjoyed and learned a lot from. Like he shifted some of my paradigms about real estate, thinking bigger. I mean, I like that he's challenging a lot of that, and I like that he's pushing back on scarcity and trying to help people to live in more of a growth mindset. I think that's really his strong suit. Growth mindset, real estate, business, events. That seems to be where he shines. I like how he brings people together. I don't know. This one's tough for me. Let me know what you think. I love to engage with people in the comments. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button. Think about subscribing. We come out with a new video on retirement every single week. This video wasn't so much about retirement. It was just about getting your money right, which I guess in the long term is really a retirement issue. Like if you don't get your money right, you're not gonna have a great retirement, or you could end up having a disaster in retirement. So I think he's got a point on being proactive and taking accountability and trying to get ahead. So again, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.